I'm just interested by the phenomenon of people who are hot and want to make a statement, and so they get a face tattoo or pretend to get a face tattoo.
That's it. That's my intro.
I'm Amanda, you're watching Swell Entertainment, and today we are talking about people who get face tattoos, predominantly fake face tattoos, but some of the instances that I'm going to be talking about are probably real. This one behind me, I got a new Mac. I treated myself for the holidays because I'm tired of editing on my laptop all the time. It's great for versatility, but my eyes are getting worse. This is a little better. But then also now I can have visual aids. The problem is that when I have these photos full screen, my autofocus wants to focus on Lottie's face and not mine. Lottie Moss is Kate Moss's half-sister. If you did not know that Kate Moss had a half-sister, that's okay. Most people did not. Lottie Moss is an OnlyFans model, among other things, and she recently got a face tattoo and posted about how she's no longer controlled and all this stuff. Now, I don't know if this is a fake face tattoo. I showed it to my friend who's a tattoo artist, and she's like, well, she's at a tattoo appointment. I said, yes, but we have another instance that we're going to talk about where there was an actual tattoo appointment done, and they did like a whole thing to try and make it seem as real as possible. Like it was this, a lot of went into this one stunt that still skeeves me out. And not just because of the person involved. Now, before we move forward, I want to point this out. I do not have any tattoos currently. There are a few tattoos I want. However, when I turned 18, I was still living in my dad's house. My dad is not a fan of tattoos. So because he wasn't making me pay rent out of respect for him, I was like, I should just not get a tattoo. When I was a little older, I went on Accutane. You're not allowed to get tattoos on Accutane because it can lead to MRSA and infection because your skin's more dry. It can lead to a longer healing time, leaves you more open to infections, all this stuff. So went off of Accutane, wasn't able to get it in that time. And then I haven't gotten a tattoo, I just haven't. There's a couple that I want. There's some that I've thought about for years that I really want, but I don't have any planned in the books right now. None of those tattoos that I am looking at wanting are face tattoos. So I just want to point that out. I do not have a problem with face tattoos. I think if you want to get a face tattoo, get a face tattoo. I don't think it's something that should be done impulsively on a drunk night out, allegedly or not. I think it's a commitment, and I think you should really think about it before you make that. It shouldn't just be a you, I'm getting a face tat. I don't think it should be like that, but that's just me. You could disagree with me. Like I said, Lottie Moss is Kate Moss's sister, not to be confused with Layla Moss, who is Kate Moss's daughter. People became aware of Lottie Moss recently because of the Nepo baby discussion. I was going to make a video on the Nepo baby situation and the article and all of that, but obviously Lisa passed and everything just got a little crazy and now it's out of date. I thought the Nepo baby article and the backlash and circus surrounding it was so unserious because I think it's so easy to be liked as a Nepo baby by Gen Z specifically. All you have to do is like, yeah, I got this role because Martin Scorsese came to my house for brunch one time because him and my dad did a movie one time. Also, side note, wasn't that movie my dad did in the 90s awful? Wasn't that trash? Anyways, what's up? It's literally that easy. Here is me acknowledging that I have famous parents. Here is the work that I'm doing. Is the work good? Cool. And then 20 years down the line, then you can complain about all the work you had to do or something. But right now is not the time. Not when you're 19 and walking for Chanel, just stop. I think people focus on what makes Gen Z mad more than like how easy it is to please them. Because so much of Gen Z is very easy to please. Literally just be funny and do your job. It's really that simple. As long as I don't come on here and say being an influencer is so hard. You guys like me at least 5% more. It's that easy. People have their favorite Nepo babies. People like Bella and Gigi Hadid. They are Nepo babies. People love Dakota Johnson. She is a Nepo baby. People love Carrie Fisher. She might have been the Nepo baby. It's... I swear I'm not going to stay on this tangent. But the problem with Nepo babies is that though a lot of them are incredibly talented, there's a lot of them that are incredibly mediocre who should not have been given the chances that they have been given, and they wouldn't have gotten those chances if it weren't for the fact that their parents were famous and they had name recognition. That's just the case. So much of Hollywood, so much of entertainment in general is trying to prove to someone that you have the chops to be given a shot. That is it. And when you get to skip that proving spot, that's half the problem. Half the battle is done. Whether you admit that to yourself or not, that's just kind of the reality. You can be incredibly talented still. You can still put in the work. And there have been a lot of people who have made statements about how hard they've worked and explained, you know, like, I get that I needed this to get me there, but I had to do the rest of the work. That's fine, okay? But Lottie Moss, no one knew who you were. I'd never heard of her. For a second, I thought Layla Moss changed her name. That's what I thought. Layla Moss is Kate Moss's daughter. So Lottie Moss went on Twitter and made a comment about Nepo babies, and I think involved herself. I'm so sick of people blaming nepotism for why they aren't rich and famous or successful. Obviously, it's not fair that people who come from famous families are getting a leg up because of that. But guess what? Life isn't fair. If you put your mind to something, you can accomplish anything. I don't know what she's upset about, because the rest of the tweet thread is her like acknowledging that obviously she is privileged. That's what people are talking about. Just admit the privilege. Yes, I got this role because of X. Here's what I've done since then. You know, like the door was open for me because of X, because my family is famous. Here's all the work I've done to show that I can stay on this side of the door and that I'm not just some famous person's kid. That's all we want from you. It's that simple. And in this case, you're a famous person's sister. I've never heard of you before this, frankly. Someone said on TikTok, it's interesting. This is the first time I find out someone was famous and then they get canceled immediately, because it's just the tweets make no sense. She then got the face tattoo and made comments about not being controlled anymore, which I'm still very confused by. Kate Moss' sister Lottie reveals face tattoo, I'm no longer controlled. Apparently after having a couple of drinks, she filmed herself going to get this face tattoo. This is where I'm kind of iffy on it. So she posted the TikTok. She posted the start of the tattoo where the gun is near her face, but his hand is covering it. The tattoo artist's hand is covering it. So you can't tell if it's making contact. And then it cuts to her later with the face tattoo done. Now, I don't know what the protocol is for face tattoos. If you would put a new skin on it or a second skin, whatever that slip is over it, if you would put anything over it, but it looks like almost she has a filter on, so that could be causing the issue with the lighting and why it looks like it's drawn on with eyeliner, but it's on. Kate Moss' younger sister, Lottie Moss, 24, showed off her new face tattoo on social media, and now she's opening up about why she got the body art. The model's latest ink is on her left cheek and proclaims lover. In an interview with Glamour UK, the OnlyFans creator, who has opened up in the past about her struggles with anxiety and substance abuse, talks about the new tat. Since rehab, I've been on a journey of self-discovery. I spent a lot of time in Bali, surrounded by nature, reading alone, or spending time with like-minded people, and learning to love myself again while finally being free from my former life, she explained. That's why I decided to get my face tattoo, the word lover, under my eye. See, here, okay. Here, it doesn't show up on this screen over here, but here you can see it. I will put it on the screen. This L has two little tails, and this is when she woke up. But in all of the other ones, it's just the one loop, which makes me think it's drawn on. I'm not crazy, okay? Yes, it was impulsive, but after years of being so controlled, it was my way of expressing that I am free. I am no longer controlled. However, the model appeared to have a bit of hesitation about the permanent ink as well, admitting that she had too much to drink and considering her choices the morning after. See here, this is the tattoo again, and there's only one line. It's just the one loop. I'm gonna literally send these to my tattoo artist friend and be like, it looks like it's at a different angle. The L looks more, okay, she got the tattoo. I'm a little confused by the message, but if she had been drinking, whatever. It looks like she's in Bali still, so maybe she got it done in Bali, and maybe that's why they didn't care about her drinking. Because here in the US, I know several tattoo artists who are like, I would not tattoo anyone who admitted to me that they were drinking. The reason I think it's fake is also partially because of the timing. She got this done after the nepotism tweets and all of that. And it's just a little too convenient. Like, we already got, okay, finally people know who you are, but they're also mad at you for these comments. So let's distract them by you making a bad decision allegedly while drunk. You know, that's what it seems like. Kelsey Carter is the one that had the tattoo appointment in her stunt, okay? And this is an admitted stunt. This is a fake tattoo. But if you are a fan of Harry Styles or One Direction in general, you definitely have seen these face tattoos. Well, it's one face tattoo, but you get my point. This is Kelsey Carter. She is a musician. The song we're going to talk about, I think, is creepy, but I do like a good chunk of her music. I like her style of music. I'm not going to critique her music overall, but I do think the song about this one, it related to this, is creepy. So this happened in about 2019, and this is from The Mirror. Kelsey Carter reveals truly cringe reason behind that Harry Styles face tattoo. This thing is funny to me because it involves Romeo Lacoste. of all people. He's the artist that gave her this fake face tattoo. Now, if you don't know who Romeo Lacoste is, good for you. Romeo Lacoste was a very popular influencer tattoo artist. He was very well known here in LA. Popular LA influencers that you like, and they have tattoos. There is a chance they have at least one Romeo Lacoste tattoo if they were getting their tattoos before 2019. He was exposed for talking with underage fans. The fact that Romeo Lacoste is involved in this is cringy in and of itself. Wannabe singer Kelsey Carter shocked the world last week when she unveiled an enormous tattoo on her face of none other than Harry Styles. And the New Zealand musician has now lifted the lid on her cringe reason for inking the One Direction poplet in such a prominent spot. Speaking to the Edge afternoon show in a live video link, Kelsey admitted she couldn't control herself and wanted to grab Harry's attention. "I just wear my heart on my cheek and I couldn't really control what went on from there," she confessed. Apparently it was on Harry's birthday was this whole thing. "As a fellow musician, I really respect what he's doing for rock and roll. I'm a female in the modern day movement of rock and roll, and he's exposed the kids to sound that they might not have heard otherwise." Kelsey also admitted she's got more than a little crush on the Sign of the Times singer, adding, "Because he came from the pop world and did a rock and roll album, it opened doors for people like me. I really respect what he's doing and love what he's doing, and he's nice to look at." Other forms of contact include direct messaging, email, and even good old-fashioned postal service, but Kelsey's out here living in 3019 by tattooing the object of her affection right on her face. But there was a whole video involved of like, "Oh, I'm getting this tattoo," showed the before, showed from far away her getting the tattoo from Romeo. What happening was that Kelsey was sad about a guy, and so her songwriting partner or bandmate was like, "Well, let's just write a song about that guy," because they were like listening to Harry Styles music or something. And so they wrote the song Harry. The tattoo was just a way to advertise the video and the song and all of that. The song now, as of 3 years later, is at 1.9 million views. Some of these lyrics, let's see. "Cool stare, greased hair curled around your eye. I want to take a dirty picture, send it to your mind. I'm not thinking about you. Nah, 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 nah. You get the point. I'll treat you better than the girls you're hanging out with. Take you to heaven, and I'll show you all around it. I'll never, ever let you down. Harry, I'm gonna make you love me. You're gonna make me breakfast. It's a secret just between us. We can keep it low key. I ain't being funny. You should be so lucky to put your velvet arms around me. I'm gonna I'm gonna why can't I do it? I'm gonna make you love me. Okay, there we go. Kept it going for like, I think a week maybe, and then, or 2 weeks, and then admitted that the whole thing was a stunt for the music video. This one's from People. Singer Kelsey Carter reveals the Harry Styles tattoo on her face is fake. Kelsey Carter is ready to face the music after almost a week of having many believe that she had tattooed a large picture of Harry Styles' face on her cheek. The up-and-coming singer from New Zealand has come clean, quite literally, and rubbed off her face ink. Late Thursday, Carter shared a video on her social media titled, "How I Rocked the Entire World for $300. The songstress revealed the tattoo was in fact a ploy to get people to listen to her now released single Harry, named after the One Direction member, and watch the music video for the track, which cost her $300 to film. "What would the rock legends that inspired me have done in 2019, she writes in her explanation. "Let's tattoo Harry Styles' face on my face. To pull this off, we needed a celebrity tattoo artist to make it look real, so we called Romeo. He traced Harry's 2017 Rolling Stone cover, applied it to my face, and then a special effects makeup artist did her thing." Okay, yeah, so then this is from the special effects artist. That's what I thought. I was like, that doesn't look like a tattoo at all. This is the photo of the special effects artist. This has always been about rock and roll. Harry is an anthem for the fans. The tattoo is gone. All that's left is the music, which is what my rock star team and I had planned all along, she wrote. This did rock the world, but only because I had all of my friends who know how online I am, and my friends who are all Harry fans DM me and be like, "Can you believe what this chick did? This is crazy." It wasn't like a, "Oh my God, that's dedication. Wait, there's a song." Everyone was like, "This is incredibly creepy." I mean, it definitely got people's attention, but I mean, I don't know what attention what was the ideal? Like everyone would be like, "Oh my God, this is crazy." Because that's what they got. People were very unsettled by this. Was this before or after came out? 2019. Yeah, so this is when all that was going on. People were, I'll never forget. That makes more sense of why people were creeped out. She announced this February on his birthday. It was very clear that Harry was not comfortable with the After fan fiction being made into books and then being made into movies. If you didn't know, the After series is based on Harry Styles fan fiction. I think there's a restraining order, but I think that's a rumor. I don't know how true that is. That making him uncomfortable, I can't imagine that a whole song about how she's going to treat you better than anyone else and the people you're running around with aren't good enough for you than I am. I can imagine that would also make him uncomfortable. Presley Gerber, Kaya Gerber's older brother, I believe. I think he's older. A few years back, got a face tattoo in the same spot as Lottie, but it says misunderstood right under his eye. In February of 2020, Cindy Crawford's son, Presley Gerber, unveils dramatic face tattoo. This is from E! News. This one I buy now looking at it more compared to the one that Lottie got. His cheek is pink. It looks like he definitely got the tattoo. And it sounds like he did actually get the tattoo. Presley Gerber is feeling misunderstood, and now he has a face tattoo to prove it. The 20-year-old son of supermodel Cindy Crawford and Tequila Mobo, Randy Gerber, has a new addition to his ever-growing collection of tattoos. Let's just say you won't be able to miss it. Celebrity tattoo artist Jonathan John Boy Villena helped Presley bring his vision to life on Friday. Thanks, homie, he captioned a video of the painful tattooing process. John Boy poked fun at Presley's celeb spawn status. Oh, I'm so using celeb spawn instead of Nepo baby from now on. So the misunderstood face tattoo was allegedly real, okay? This one, the other one that got people upset was because he got the Dodgers logo tattooed on his cheek, just the star on the other side of his face. He later shared that the Dodgers logo was fake. Presley Gerber says his latest fake tattoo was fake. He shared his Instagram story. It was a filter, lol, damn. Also, I don't want to be hood. WTF, you don't know me, chill. I'm grateful. If I wanted to, I could be posting money and shit, but I don't, so STF you. Please, or I'm delete my gram. It's stressful. There are things that I read on here and I'm like, this feels like a hate crime. Presley didn't acknowledge any part in getting the rumor started by posting the photo in the first place. Why the fake one then? Because you knew people were going to think it was real because you got the misunderstood tattoo. I don't get that part, you know? Why do the filter in the first place if you have no other point to it, you know? What, to prove that people have issues with what you do? You're a model who got a face tattoo. People are going to question that. It's a bold choice to do, but it could make or break your career. In modeling, a haircut could make or break your career. A face tattoo could make or break your career. But also, you're a public image, and you could argue, my parents made me a public person. I don't want to be a public person. Okay, don't post anything. Get offline. No one is forcing you to have social media. You know, if you want to just have a social media profile so no one else takes your screen name and you never post on it, you never post anything, you can do that. So Tana got a face tattoo, but then didn't get a face tattoo. I could have sworn she got one that said Tana on the side of her head. But no, apparently it's a tiny little 1111 right by her ear. And she posted the video on YouTube. And it is real, but it's so small, you can't tell. You know, it's one of those things. I thought it was fake. I could have sworn she got one that said Tana. That's going to drive me crazy that I don't remember that. I know that Elijah Daniel had the word PHAG above his eye because he went by the rap name Lil Fag, spelled PHAG. So like I said, Tana actually did get a face tattoo. She did a whole vlog about it, kept saying face tattoo. Someone in the first comment said, you can see the tattoo artist rolling her eyes every time Santa says the words face tattoo, which is kind of funny. In the video as well, she had this star under her eye at the start of the video. Like it looked like that was the tattoo she was talking about. Like that she got a star tattooed under her eyeball. She did not. I don't even think she addresses it in the rest of the video. It's just there, which is kind of funny. She went and got the tattoo because Maud's son, she was with him talking about music. He was getting a tattoo and she was like, I should just get a face tattoo. And they got a face tattoo. Elijah Daniel, like I said, got PHAG above his eye. This is where you can see it's changed. It was fake the whole time. It was fake, but he kept kind of kept denying it. Not even denying it, just didn't address it when people questioned it. He'd actually made it into one of the Inked compilations on YouTube where they show a bunch of tattoo artists, celebrity tattoos. And they were all talking about the PHAG tattoo above his eye. And he tweeted out, famous tattoo artist responding to my fake tattoo is honestly the best thing I've ever seen. Help. I don't think he's ever publicly talked about why he had the fake PHAG. I think it was just for his rapping career or whatever. It's not real. He doesn't have it anymore. It's fake. It was Sharpie. Obviously, it changed so much. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. Presley Gerber had the misunderstood tattoo lasered off to the point that I thought the lasering was done so cleanly. I thought he never actually had the tattoo in the first place, but I was able to find some progress photos of him in the process of getting the tattoo laser removal done. I'm fairly certain it was a real tattoo, but yeah. Anyways, what was the video? What was the point of this? Just me talking about various people that I've seen that have gotten face tattoos. Is Lottie's real? I really want you guys to tell me if you think it's real or not. I can't tell. I think it's too convenient of timing for it to be real. Tell me what you think. Do you think that Kelsey Carter's tattoo and song were a little creepy? Do you think that I should get a face tattoo? The answer is no. But do you think I should? What should I get? What do you think about face tattoos, I guess, in general? There's a lot of celebrities that I think have face tattoos that I think like are very, they look good. They look like they fit, but also they're people that already have a lot of tattoos. I personally don't think that like if you have a couple of tattoos like spread throughout your body that you should just get a face tattoo. Because I think it's a commitment. And I think if you already have a ton of tattoos, then what's a face tattoo to you? Like Post Malone having face tattoos, that makes sense to me. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Reminder, I have a podcast, the Swell Shenanigans Podcast. Reminder, I have merch like this mug, like this shirt. There will be another limited run design for this video. There was a bit of hiatus in there, but there will be coming back. Maybe something like your face tattoo looks fake. Let me know. Comment down below. Shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. If you'd like to support me on Patreon as well, they'll be listed down below. If you'd like to follow me on my social media, that'll be all up here. And that's going to be a have a lovely day. Goodbye. I'm sick of being misunderstood and controlled. So I got a very serious, very real face tattoo. It's very symbolic. Thank you, Alan, Cameron, Christopher, Chris, P, Crashed, China, Dirty One, Don, Elliot, Evan, Eric, Eyal, Hopeless, Incognito, Isaiah, Jacare, James, Joe, John M, Jordan, Joseph, Kenny, Kim, Kristen, Lamb, Lex, Luis, Matt O, Matthew S, Meme Lord, Michael J, Micah, Nathan, Nathaniel, Pat, Penn, Richard, Rob, Red, Robert, Ross, Ryan, Sam, Serena, Sierra, Skylar, Simon, Tasha, Timothy, Heavenly Plastic, Tom, Qwerty, Randy, Winter, Wendy, William, Zendry, Zwing.